Okay, so as you can see, we've got some ideas down on the actual document itself. Now, if you come over here to the right corner where it says 50, you can change how much zoom you have on it. So you can zoom in a little bit more so you can actually get to see your whole mind map. Now, over here we have See Spot Run. I've also tagged it with Everybody Reads It. Teaches basic language skills and basic speech. Words are used. The words used are very basic. The sentence structure is simple, and it's a very famous book. So it's time to start connecting things, and this is where it's going to start to get a little tricky. So everyone reads it. If everybody reads it, that means the poor people read it too. And notice how my little text box comes up inside the 1984. You can just grab that little black dot, scroll it backwards, and put if everyone reads it, so does the poor. Okay, and make sure that you're going through and spell checking this as you go. So there's the first connection. All right, teaches basic language skills. Train the children. Again, basic speech. Reducing the language. Teaching basic skills. Also reducing language. Okay, and then you're going to just put in the little connection bubble like we did for Everybody Reads, or Everybody Reads It, so the poor read it as well. Reducing language. Simple language only to keep people from being individuals. Okay, and it's just a quick little tag of an idea there. Now, as you can see, things are going to start to get in the way. So what you want to do, and this is very important, do not miss this part of the video. If you hold down the shift button and start clicking on your bubbles, you can move them as a group. See how they move as a group? Otherwise, if you try to do it this way, where you just click them and roll them up and then move it, notice how the bubbles don't actually move. You must click the shift and hold it down if you want to move multiple bubbles at a time. And you want to get this thing arranged so that it's easy to read. You know, so maybe you put this one up here, you know, this one here, this one back here a little bit. And then you're going to want to come through and you're going to want to fix your lines. Okay, so this line right here, we need a 2-directional arrow, so we hit both arrows. On top of that, we should also probably make it a little thicker, and let's go ahead and make it a different color. We'll make that one black. Okay, this one here. Alright, again, hold down the shift key, click on your lines, both of them. Alright, thicken up the lines so that they're easier to see, and then you also need to change the color of the line. So we'll go with, I don't know, yellow. Let's say, okay? So that now I have my 2 yellow lines. I can see it came from here. And you need to make sure that the lines go both, the arrows go both directions. You need both directional arrows. Okay, so as you can see, you're starting to get it. Okay, this is one work. These are just a couple ideas. Remember, I expect to see 5 of these. 5 of these boxes, which means you will need 5 of these and 5 of these. Alright, and then once you're done all that, you're going to put one idea here in the middle, whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and put literature. Okay, and then I'm going to move my literature up here. Alright, it is the main bubble, the big dog, as it were. So stretch it out, make it really big. You know, put the biggest text that you can find in it. We'll go 72. That's going to be a really big bubble. Alright, stretch it out. Alright, and then you need to connect it up with your 1984 and your See Spot Run. That way, when you click on it and hit the button, everything disappears. And then everything comes back out. And that's how you use the rhizome. There's lots of neat stuff that you can put in, lots of neat characters, you know, to make it look better. That's all stuff that you can play with, but that's the basic, and that's what I expect to see. I expect to see these connections here. You know, making connections to the ideas. Because if you make the connections between these ideas and these ideas, then that means that these books are connected. So in the end, you will end up with an arrow that goes from 1984 over here to see Spot Run. You know, and you have proved that they belong together. So you go ahead, you flip your both arrows, you know, make it black, and this should be a really thick line here. Okay, the thickest line in the whole thing. All right, and then I do that one more time with another book, maybe up here in the corner, and then connect everything up with my arrows. If you have questions, rewatch the videos. Don't forget, if you want to move something, have it open and hold the shift key. Okay? Make sure you hold the shift key so that you move everything as a unit. Now, if your document starts to get really full, you can always click on your main bubble, like a C-spot run, and roll that up. And then everything disappears. And you can click on your 1984, and you can put those away so that you can do each one individually and then move and connect them. But don't forget, if you move the bubble and you open it back up, these down here still haven't moved. And other than that, good luck. Again, you need to have 3 of these, 3 pieces of literature. You need to have 5 of these bubbles with 5 explanations, and then you need to connect them up with explanations. Not every single one of your ideas from these bubbles will connect to every single idea over here, but you should be able to connect up some of them, just like the example that we had in class.